back to Alkaline TV. This is Douglas Dennis. Stick around. We're doing a DOGEcoin technical analysis, and I'm going to give you a bullish and a bearish scenario. So we finally got some clear waves here. And when I say waves, I'm talking about Elliott Wave principle. If you're not sure what that is, definitely check it out, look it up. There's a book called Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Precher, and I can't go over that entire book in a video, but I'm going to make a video about that soon. If you want to see that, check it out and let me know in the comments if I should do one. And I just did a video how to set up your chart like this, and I'm using TradingView. So this is the 1 minute chart, which is very close in. Minute by minute, each of these bars is 1 minute, and then it goes to the next one. And if it's green, it's going up. If it's red, it's going down. The full spot, see where that one is just a wick, just a tip, and this one is a full bar. This is because where the wave started is the bottom, and where the wave ended, or where that bar, sorry, not wave, where this bar started and where it ended is filled in. And if it went up and came back down and then went to the next minute, then there's that wick. Same one with the red ones, or with the wick on the bottom. It went down and then all the way back up, and then went to the next bar. So that's how to read the bars, and they move up and down as people buy and sell. So this is all based on human psychology. Even if there's something coming out in the news or whatever, doesn't matter. It matters what people do. It matters what people react to it. So that's why it's sometimes, I don't look at the news, I look at the chart, because that's what you need. That's what technical analysts do, and I'm just doing this for myself. I'm not a licensed financial advisor or anything like that. I'm doing this more or less for fun and speculation to make some extra money, but I'm not hodling Dogecoin, so I'm trading it. And I talked about this in my other videos recently about how I've been trading the RSI. And there was a really good example in one of these waves right here. Right here is a great example, and right here, from what I've been talking about in my other videos. And I have a crypto playlist now. So we finally got 5 clear waves coming down. Let me map them out for you. As soon as I find where they are. There we go. Elliott impulse wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it doesn't take long studying the charts before you can start to see these. I might do a video about Elliott waves specifically, but basically there are very basic shapes, and there's only a few, but they repeat. And also, you can see them within each other. And the small ones make up bigger ones, like fractals. So this is all very repetitive, and if you study it long enough, you'll start to notice what's going on. But, I mean, some of these correction waves are very difficult to read. That's why I was having a hard time the last few days. But it's a bear market. The top already happened, it seems like, around 74, 75-ish cents. And it's obviously came down a lot already. I mean, it's come down to 43 from 74. So let's zoom out. Let's look at the weekly chart. Okay, so you can see I'm measuring these Fibonacci numbers. Let me turn those off. Okay. So that's the weekly. Each one of these bars is 1 week. The week started here, went all the way up to there, and the week ended here and went to there. Then went all the way down to there and up to here for now. When this week ends, it'll go on to the next bar. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. I know I had some feedback that you wanted me to explain more in detail for beginners what exactly this stuff means. So let's go to the daily. So as you can see, the last several days have been coming crashing down. And I believe it will go farther, probably to about 15. And look, it corresponds with that white line. Coincidence? Not at all. That's why we have these. But also, I'm an artist, so some of this stuff I can just see without measuring. But here, I'll measure some of this. Oh, I didn't want to turn that all back on because it's creating a cluster. I want to get rid of my other things, but if that was wave 1 and this is the next wave coming down is the same length, it would come down to right about there. I mean, it's very close. So, and I just free-handed that, you know, to show what I was doing. So I could kind of just glance at this and say, okay, it looks like we're halfway there. And I know some people don't want to hear that, but look, here's the 0.786. These are ratios, and this is from the very bottom of that wave all the way to the top. I showed this in my other videos. It's over here called the fib retracement. And you measure the entire length of the wave, and then you can kind of predict where it might fall, because it often falls to certain numbers. And as you can see, some of these numbers correspond with key spots of resistance, like right here. And this one fell right to that too. So it looks like the 382 and the 0.382 and the 0.786, it looks like those are some key spots. It's at the 382 right now. So it's gonna, oops, what did I do? Keep doing that accidentally. Okay, so let's zoom in a little more. Let me turn these back off. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay, so that's, you see more detail. And look, we're hitting these resistances right here. These peaks from before, from April, are now hard because people probably have orders set for here. And that was a key spot for these people that were trading this. So it's having a hard time hammering down on that spot. And there's 2 scenarios I think might be happening. And I know that you want one and you want to know exactly what's going to happen, but it's not that easy. There is a lot of predictive power, though, to Elliott Waves. And if you can learn it yourself, then you can count the waves as they form, and sometimes you can at least get a good idea of, you know, when to get in and out, rather than just going blind and relying off of a hunch. Because that's what most people are doing, and it's not really working out. So this was the top, is what I was saying before. There were 5 clear waves going up right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know, sometimes we luck out and we get a very clear wave going up. Here was another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They never overlap. 1 and 4 never overlap. They can just overlap by a wick, a little wick, and that's it. But they can never overlap for a long period. If they do, then it's an incorrect count. And that's basically what we're doing, because there's alternating waves between waves up, like that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and waves down, which the waves down are more difficult, but in general, they're 1, 2, 3. And you call them an ABC. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're in a giant, I thought we were in a B wave. So one of my counts is that we're in a B wave. I'm going to delete this channel. I did this during a video if you want to see what that was. Just getting rid of it because it's slopping up my chart. Okay, so that's how the basically works, ABC. Now sometimes the ABCs are not ABC, sometimes they're more complicated. And this one, we'll find out how complicated it is as it plays out. But we can definitely see that wave, that first A wave coming down. Also, inside the waves are more waves. So like if you look inside of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, you can see little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s and ABCs. So since I'm already on ABC, there's one. That sure looks like one. But I'm not zoomed in enough to see it. Oops. Pardon me. Get back over there. Okay, so A, B, C. You'll start to see them as they, that might have been the C right there. And I mean, in hindsight, it's always easier when the wave is over. While the wave is happening, it can be difficult. And as for an example of a 5 wave, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that looks close to overlapping. Nope, just comes close. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, ABC right there. So the more, you see how these all overlap like fractals. That's the basic lesson on Elliott waves. There you go, actually. I just did it in this video. So refer back to this or the book on it. I've only been doing this for about 4 years. So there are people out there that have been doing this for probably, 20, 30 years. And be curious to see what they're saying about Doge. It's not that easy to find them, though. They're hiding. Okay, so we've got this big, what I think is an A wave coming down. Now, either this is the B wave already done, and the C wave is coming at some point to either here. See, I'm looking at these lines right here. I think it's either going to go there or there. Here or here. I think it would go down farther because if this is it coming down, it's going to take a while. And it has a lot farther to go. But this B wave could be still happening. So then it'll keep going down. See, so this snaps to the screen unless you stretch it out, but then you just have to double click. For example, if you stretch it out like that to see something, you can double click and it'll bring it all back in the frame. So why do I have this here coming down? Because I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm waiting for this to come up to that line, that white line again. That white line, look, it corresponds with the 0.618. And this is the reverse. This is a start at the top and going to the bottom. So I measured it the opposite way for this wave because it was starting at the bottom, going to the top. And we're seeing how far it'll fall. For this one, I started at the top and put it to the bottom to see how far it'll bounce up. And it already bounced to the 0.382. So right now we're at the 0.382 right here and right here. 382 and 382. So it's fascinating how these synchronize in mathematical ways. This is all very natural. Elliott Waves is based on Mother Nature. He just used the stock market to show, but this relates to more than just the market. This isn't even the stock market. This is the crypto market. But anyway, B wave, I'm not sure where it's gonna come up to. I was hoping that I was planning for it to come up here, but this wave right here turned out to be crazy. So let's keep zooming in. And what is this, and this? That's where we lost the count. And it's common in a correction like this to have overlapping waves and not be able to count it well. So what I can count is all threes. Finally, I figured this out when it was really too late. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little 5, that's A, or 1, and then a little B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. So that was a 3-wave ABC. That confused me for a while. Now I finally saw it. Now here, if we zoom in on these, we've got ABC, then ABC, then again, and ideally I would change these colors. I'm just showing you to prove a point. ABC, do you see this? These are all 3 waves. This was so confusing until I finally figured it out. So now in hindsight, I see it, and wow, it's good info for the future. For if something crazy like that happens again, where there's no 5 waves ever playing out, everything looked like 7 waves to me because I saw 1, 2, 3, and then the B, and then 1, 2, 3 again. And I was like, why is there 7 waves on each wave? Well, there was 3, 1, 2, 3. So, and then they're all like this. All right, so I finally caught on to that right towards the end of it, to be honest. I'd like to say that I know everything all the time, but I don't. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm confident with my intelligence that I don't worry about when I'm wrong. And that makes me different than a lot of people. So, and then, so we've got that and this figured out. Now what, though? This looks like some kind of 3-wave monstrosity right here, doesn't it? And so does this, because it definitely doesn't look like anything else. So now that I caught on that we're still in this B wave, it might have ended here, but I think it could go up. So, and those are the subwaves. The big one could be A, B, C. That might very well be it. And if so, or this, oh, Doge is doing it. A, B, C? Or is it not done yet? So that's what I'm ABC, ABC. And then if this ends up, if this breaks down, see, it's impossible to see with that in the way. This right here, we've got a 5 wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. So either we're done with it finally, and it's on another wave impulsing downwards like this, or this is gonna keep screwing with people until it either breaks up or down. And I can kind of see a long wedge forming, which is obnoxious if that's what's happening. Let's see here. Where's the wedge? Triangle? There we go. Like this. Now I'm gonna have to get rid of this, and I'll put it back for myself. Ah, that's better. So, yep, looks pretty neat and clean. I mean, could tweak it a tiny bit. Yep, right around there. There we go. That looks like what's happening. That could be the B wave. Very frustrating. So I'm in right now, and I'm gonna personally, I'm looking probably for it to come up there, and then I'm going to exit and run for the hills, figuratively speaking. And then it'll keep going and going and going, maybe. So it'll either break above or break below, or just go to the point and then fall off a cliff. So in hindsight, of course we'll see. But for now, I'm trading off the RSI anyway. So that would have been a good buy right there, potentially. And when it comes up here, we're not sure exactly where it'll land, but this will be where I'm going to see the signal. And I talked about this in most of my recent crypto videos, if you want to know more about that. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want to see more videos like this? Or do you have questions? Let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing day on purpose. Trade at your own risk. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.